Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Bayloric Worldwide Television Media. Apologies, I have the flu, and so therefore this will be a short broadcast tonight to go through a few of the things I've been thinking about over the last week. Obviously, since De Mayo today, or for the weekend for the Mexicans. Hope you have a great weekend. You've got a fight coming up with Chavez. We'll talk about that in a moment. I think I'll end on that. A lot of things I want to talk about. Being in bed almost 2 days now with this rotten flu, but I could not allow this fight to come and go and not talk about it. First and foremost, what a great weekend we had last weekend of boxing with obviously Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko. That's what we want to see in heavyweight boxing. Two guys going at it. And I have to say, if you talk about great fighters, people are very quick to talk about Mike Tyson and talk about Lennox Lewis. Both Anthony Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko and something that Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson have never done, which is get off the deck to win a fight. Joshua's now done that. Klitschko's done it in previous fights. So, you know, those are two warriors in the ring there. Now, I was perplexed as to why Vladimir, when he dropped Joshua, didn't finish him off, or didn't seem to be able to finish him off. And I came to this conclusion, and hear me out on it, not making any excuses for Vladimir Klitschko, but when you're in sparring mode, or you've been sparring for a long time, I can imagine in the gym, Vladimir probably landed that right hand so many times and dropped guys in sparring and then let them get back up and then toyed with them afterwards. And remember, the last fight he had was almost 18 months ago. So during that 2 year period, almost 2 years, he's been sparring with guys in the gym, you know, using the jab and then dropping that right hand on them. They may have dropping them and then getting up and not finishing the fight off. Because in sparring, your objective is not to finish the guy off. Your objective is to practice new things or to put things in place or to get yourself sharp, not to be taking guys' heads off. And so I reckon, Klitschko, when he dropped Joshua, he couldn't finish him because he was in sparring mode mentality. And I think that if Vladimir had a couple of fights before he fought Joshua, it might be different. You've got to give Joshua all the credit in the world for coming back in a fight that I felt he was way behind on in the fight until Klitschko. And he didn't move his head like I said he wouldn't. He was stationary most of the time. And Klitschko had him on the back foot. And as we saw, Joshua's back foot game wasn't the greatest. Nevertheless, he's now a unified champion. Good. Congratulations to that. I think, you know, a lot of people were sick and tired of hearing about Joshua this and Joshua that. And the reason they were sick and tired is because he hadn't done anything to that point. Now we've seen him in a fight against somebody who we know has got proven punching power. We know has been for many years, regardless if he's 41 or not. He went out and beat him. So regardless of the fact, he beat him. And so I said beforehand, he'd have to beat Vladimir Klitschko for me. If he beat Vladimir Klitschko, he'd have to be, for me, the #1 heavyweight in the world based on what is currently around at the moment. Now people will say to me, well, Tyson Fury's the #1 in the world. Well, no, he's not. He's not, because he's not currently ranked and the condition he's at the moment. Let's see what he does when he gets back in the ring. And until he gets back in the ring and he's got his license back and the fights, you know, our mind is still fixated on that night against Klitschko when he beat Klitschko that night, okay, a while ago. And a lot of things have happened to Fury since. And so he has to do, there's no, in my mind, there's no shortcuts here. He's going to come back and he's going to get some back into the fold. I see him posting videos every day. updating fans. He is a promoter's dream, Tyson Fury. He promotes himself so well in the sport in terms of MPB updates and stuff. So good luck to the man. I know a lot of people are doubting him. I don't. It's not about me doubting him, but I just want to see what happens with his license. I want to see, you know, whether he's going to be banned or not. The investigation, what happens then. And boxing for me, it's not so much the physical, it's the mental. And you know, Tyson looks like he's getting himself together again. I want to know what caused the breakdown in the first place, and I want to know that that's not going to happen again. You know, Tyson throughout his boxing career has been erratic in terms of some of the things he said. 1 minute he said he wants to be in the sport for a long time. Next minute he turned around saying he wants to retire. You can't retire, listen to also. Let's just hope he can come back and then, you know, prove himself amongst the best in the world that I'm. And if he is still that same guy that fought against Klitschko that night, then he's got a very good chance of becoming the numero uno in division. If he's that guy, nobody knows. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. And Tyson probably himself don't even know. He may say, I can do this, I can do the other. But that's all talk. He's got to get back in the ring and do that. And once he gets in the ring and he does that, and he gets back in the ring again, he gets hit again on the chin in a real fight. And, you know, he comes through all those sort of tests again. You know, can we look at, for me, we'll be looking at a new fighter. We're not looking at the guy that beat Vladimir Klitschko. We're looking at a guy that has gone to the top of the mountain, had mostly all the belts apart from the WBC, now stripped of all those belts, has to go back up the mountain again. That's a different situation together. So we have to see what Tyson's going to offer when he comes back. I'm not saying he can't do it, but I just want to wait and see. So those are my thoughts on that. Oh, wow. You should give Joshua's survival instincts more credit. While Vlad could have stopped him, Joshua was on his bike and holding at the right times, finding a clean shot. Klitschko get friendly, stupid left hook all the time. I don't know why. Yeah, you're probably right. I think Canelo will want to get the stoppage on from Farah did. Vlad lost fight to me. Joshua is hiding glass. It's clear now. AJ was there for the taking. Yeah, Josh impressed me with his holding, considering we ain't seen him do it. He took big shots earlier and with them, I was shocked. Joshua isn't hiding glass at all. He took full blood shots from a dynamic puncher that other world-class fighters couldn't take. I agree. He bobbled every time he gets touched. He has a good chin. So does AJ. So means AJ does. Really, I thought he took clean right hands and shook them off, a lot of them off. Just needs someone to finish the deal, and he's out of there. He took some. He handled them well compared to White's lucky shot. Testament to his improvement. Heavyweight division overrated, quite possibly. McCracken and Josh trained to evade the Klitschko left hook, and they trained for the right uppercut that Vlad was prone to when he tied AJ up. Yep, I said to myself, he has a real chance of cleaning up. Anyone watching the undercard of Prospect from TV? No. Ingram, video is very laggy. Why is the video very laggy? Laggy at all. I don't know why he says it's laggy. It shouldn't be laggy. Maybe you should refresh. I think Josh beats Ortiz. Okay, where was I? Just refresh, my friend Barry. So the next thing I want to talk about, and all these things were coming to my mind while I was the 2 days with the flu. I think that GRENADA Golovkin and this thing that if he went up to super middleweight division, he would clean up. So I have a problem with that now because we saw the Danny Jacobs fight. We saw Danny Jacobs, say, weighing around a light heavyweight. Most of the super middleweights are going to be weighing a light heavyweight. light heavyweight, and I think that Gennady moving up to super middleweight, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that he cleans out the super middleweight division based on what we saw the Jenny Jacobs fight. I just, when Froch said he was too big and too strong, he may have had a point, because if Gennady Golovkin couldn't get rid of Danny Jacobs, who was a light heavyweight, just think this out. When he moves up to super middleweight, guys like George Groves and DeGale, they probably are light heavies themselves when they get into the ring fighting on the night. So what's giving me the excuse then? Gennady Golovkin moving up to super middleweight, not so sure about him in the super middleweight division, being this wrecking machine. And to see what Sanchez says about this. Gennady Golovkin versus Callum Smith. Did by hype room. Yeah. So it's out of sync at times, really. Just a refresh. Try the refresh button, it might help. Where are we now? Next thought. Where are we? I think Golovkin, Klitschko. Dillian Whyte versus Marius Vach. Why is this fight being made? I think it's a dangerous fight for Dillian Whyte. I'm not sure if Dillian Whyte is a world-class puncher. And based on what I've seen of Marius Vach in sparring with Derek Chisora, Marius Vach had Derek Chisora up against the ropes, and he was basically bullying Chisora in there. And this is just before Chisora was going to fight Tyson Fury for the second time. I met Marius Vach and Ustinov. They're big guys. They're really big guys. And you look at Chisora's, maybe, you know, he's what, 6'1", but these guys towered over Chisora. And for me, Dillian Whyte, he'll have to box to fight against Marius Vach. Marius Vach's got a great chin, got good punching power, got good stamina, good work rate, good jab. I think Whyte's got a handful there against Marius Vach. I'm not so sure if he can win that fight. His punch power is questionable at world level, so we're going to have to see if Dillian Whyte can get rid of Marius Vach. If he can't get rid of him, then he's going to have to outbox him over a 10 or 12 round distance. And I wouldn't like to see Marius Vach on the front foot against Dillian Whyte on the back. So we'll have to wait and see about that fight. It's certainly one that's going to be interesting. Very interesting fight. Another fight. Liam Walsh versus Gervonta Davis. I think this is going to be a great fight. I think it's a fight that I've always been a fan of Liam Walsh. I've always felt that he's on the cusp of world level. Always said it. And this is the fight where I think it's his best opportunity. I think Gervonta Davis is got a lot of hype with him because of weather. Yes, he beat Pedrosa, and a great performance there. But I kind of feel that it's premature to call Gervonta Davis a star. I'm not saying Gervonta Davis isn't a good fighter. I'm not saying he's not an explosive puncher. I think it's a bit premature to call him a star. You talk Canelo as a star. Okay. You want to say Gennady Golovkin's a star? Okay. If you want to call Kovalev a star, okay. But Gervonta Davis a star, I'm not sure. One of the things when you're with Floyd Mayweather is that people have all the attention on Floyd and what Floyd's done. Because of what Floyd's done, they tend to forget that the guy who Floyd's promoting, that isn't Floyd. And Gervonta Davis is a good fighter. But I think Liam Walsh is a very fighter, a very underrated fighter. Can box orthodox southpaw punches a little bit. Can takes a good shot. Doesn't mind fighting in trenches. He's a guy that can adapt. That's why I like Liam Walsh. I've always liked him, and like to see him fight more often. But he's definitely a guy that I think has got the ability, to cause the upset against Gervonta Davis. If he can take Gervonta Davis in the second half of the night and use all that boxing skill and trickery, I think he could probably win the fight on points if Gervonta Davis is powerful for him. So I think it's a great fight, really do. I think Walsh is being overlooked. He says, let's see what people are saying. Wow. Dangerous matchmaking by Hearn. I agree. And he was talking about putting Okoli in with Wadi Camacho, a seasoned veteran who can punch. GG fans are more annoying than AJ fans. Both hype jobs. Canelo KO GGG later this year. Fury toys at AJ 2018, quite possibly. Okoli's poor mate. White's newly adopted methodical approach won't work against Vach. I don't think so either. He'll get our box as he's much smaller, won't get inside the jab. Can't see it. Dillian, not world-class puncher, have world-class power. That's what I've said it. Tank Davis KO. Gervonta will stop him inside 6. Nothing wrong with supporting a fighter from your own country. Hype is good. KO. Hearn shows no love to Chamberlain. Fury is my man. There's a lot of questions to answer. There is indeed. Brothers in the same night. Okay. Tank would knock out Canelo, the biggest star in boxing pay-per-view sales, will prove it. To be honest, John, today's person about when Floyd's about just saying they're annoying. Casuals saying AJ is the British Muhammad Ali makes me sick. Well, yeah, these are the sort of things where there's that picture they've got of Muhammad Ali. I think it was knocking out Fraser. Was it not Fraser? Sonny Liston, and then they've got Anthony Joshua standing over Vladimir Klitschko. Just at times it can be very annoying, and it's stuff like that that can really, for hardcore fans who've watched the history of boxing, they see stuff like that, annoyed by it because they know that there is people jumping, making people out to be better than they actually are. This was a 41-year-old that was in the ring with Joshua, a guy that hadn't fought for almost 2 years. I still thought Klitschko was #1 in the world. Joshua did the business there, but that doesn't mean because he beats a 41-year-old and he beats Klitschko, he's suddenly in the same ring as same platform as Muhammad Ali. Come on, it's just ridiculous. But then again, Walsh is one of the most underrated British talents. Just think he'll run into an elite fighter. I think he's a good fighter, Walsh. I think he's very underrated. True, but Canelo doesn't need GGG. He's a side. Walsh will expose holes in the game, but will end up getting stopped. Ingram, don't you think Walsh has been dropped before Davis will wear him down? Yeah, Walsh has been dropped before. When is Stavern Wilder? Is there a time limit for this? I think there's a purse bids for that. Oi, oi, Juicy boy. If anything, Fury. Wow. Dressing AJ White Road, trying to be like Ali. I see Joshua leaving Hearn before 2020. He'll become megastar with his own promotion, maybe with Hearn as a fighter. White Tyson fans are annoying. All fans are annoying. Mayweather fans are annoying. Every fighter has fans that compare them to other box. Apart from Vladimir, who is there? Heavyweight division overrated. Big man Ingram. Who was right then? Call me a scholar. I call you a scholar. In round 6, you weren't so confident in round 6. That fight could easily have ended in round 6. A sharp Vladimir Klitschko would have cleaned out Joshua, and no doubt about it. At the end of the day, Joshua didn't win that fight. Vladimir Klitschko lost that fight, and that's the way I look at it. Joshua won, but it was no way the way you predicted Joshua was going to win the fight. So LOA, exactly. As good as it was, you think that people think it was the next Thriller Manila. So yeah, some people, I think some people are lazy. They don't want to accept there were great fights back then and was in a better era, they're lazy. So instead of tracking back in time and doing the boxing research and doing the historical thing, no, the history, and bring it up to date now by just nicking from those guys back then and adding now and saying, well, this is it now. So people who are casuals, I think, oh, wow, like Muhammad Ali. And of course, people buy into that because people won't do the research and think, well, hold on, Muhammad Ali, Anthony Joshua, people are going to look back that far. Boxing scholars or boxing people that actually take the time and know their boxing history will say, you're making a mockery of the sport. So unfortunately, this happens. And what can I say? Listen was 34 when Ali beat him. Yeah, to be fair, Klitschko lost 5. I thought he was going to win when Joshua gassed. Fury is the best in the world. Joshua and Fury brought different attributes to the table. They did. They did. They did. Walsh went live and death with Paul Appleby in 2011. Yeah, he did. But Joshua is a big height job, has 0 power management. That's why he gasses. Well, look, he did the job, and that's it. We could say Povetkin biggest fraud in the world. I think AJ is number 1 in a weak era, but the criticism he gets in the fit, it's down to Skype hype, not him. Yeah, I guess Sky don't do, and Joseph Parker fought as well against a guy that looked like he was in a totally different division to Joseph Parker tonight. I saw Joseph Parker tonight fight against a guy I've never seen in my life. As always, Joseph Parker has always been defensively irresponsible, but he carries a decent chin. I heard a lot of talk about Tony Bellew versus Joseph Parker. What I understand, Hughie Fury is next for Joseph Parker. What else is going on? I don't think it was just Klitschko caught him with a brutal left hook, which the British commentators conveniently didn't mention. Roy Jones on HBO commentary did. Yeah, and we need Cox to smash Fielding to bits, and Cox wouldn't leave it to judges after Fielding got 2 good decisions in the last 2 fights. Parker is no lister. Ingram Parker's never fought a puncher. Andy Ruiz is a bit of a puncher, I would say. As you like to say, LOL. Yeah, Fielding's abysmal. Hugh Fury versus Parker, MEN Arena, apparently. Well, let's hope it happens. LA comparing Joseph Parker to Sonny Liston. Oh, God. No one is next to Ali, Tyson or Lewis. Every fighter in history is different. So, was there anything? Oh, of course, Chavez. Before I finish, Chavez. And who's Ruiz ever knocked out? LOL. That's a good question. He's knocked a few guys out, Ruiz. Throws, and they say Freckers right hands constantly. Needs to work on persistently applying pressure with jab to control his opponent. Fury has great IQ. Peter's a muscle man. Yes, AJ is the first AJ. We should just let him be the first AJ. Of course, I agree with that. I'm a Joshua advocate, but the Ali comparisons have been cringing to hell. It's embarrassing. Parker has 3 unimpressive wins back to back for me. Yep. He's better than Jimmy Thunder. Give him credit. He's better than Jimmy Thunder. And you remember who Jimmy Thunder is? That'll be something for you all to remember. Jimmy Thunder. Right. Chavez versus Canelo. It is clearly obvious that Canelo has swerved Gennady Golovkin. Clear. It's also clear there's no love lost between Chavez and Canelo. And on Mexican Day or Mexican holiday with Mexican, I think it's a great fight. Now, when I look at some of that Chavez, who's naturally bigger, taller, longer, there really should be no reason whatsoever why Chavez should allow Canelo, because Canelo's going to have to get on the inside to work Chavez's body. There's no reason whatsoever why Canelo should be able to get on the inside of Chavez. Now, from what I'm understanding, his trainer, I think it's natural ability. He's maybe one of the best tactical boxing coaches in the world. From what I understand, they're working on Canelo off the back foot, and that would be good. That would be good against Canelo. There are a lot of questions about Canelo moving up to this new weight division. Does he carry the power up in this weight division? Will he tire in the later rounds? And will Chavez rehydrate to whatever weight he needs to rehydrate to? All these questions. I haven't come across anybody that labeled Joshua the next Ali. You have me look in newspapers, mate. Conjun, worst ever challenger for world title. It's a supposedly booming division. Conjure was stuck in sparring mode. Seems to have no intent to take the fight to Parker either. Shame. Alex Leopold, oh dear. Never forgive, never forget. American boxer Charles Martin was the worst. This is the greatest country can call himself a world title challenger. I walk this earth like a god. Canelo won't be the bigger man on the night either. And you know, Canelo has had a habit of being the bigger man on the night, the body. He won't be the bigger man on the night. And that's going to be interesting to see how he fights when he's not the bigger man in the ring. Chavez, being the taller man, the longer arms, jab, he should. Of course, this is a Mexican holiday, Mexican weekend, lots of Mexican pride, which is the rest of it. If Chavez is stupid enough to let Canelo get on the inside of him and whack up his body, well then yeah, then I can see he's been stopped late. However, we don't know how Canelo's going to fare with the heavier weight, whether he's going to be slow on bulkier, whether he's going to be as explosive. A lot of guys have been guys who've been a lot smaller than himself. So it'll be interesting to see how he does against Chavez. I personally would love Chavez to knock Canelo out. I really would. Really would. So I'm backing Chavez all the way. Even if Canelo, I'm backing Chavez anyway. Good evening, bro. Good to see you. How you doing? How are you, chap? Not great. I've been in bed all day yesterday and today with this nasty flu, but I couldn't stay in bed anymore. I had to get up and try and just talk about the sport a bit. To be fair, Alex Leopold knocked out Boystov to get that shot, so at least he did with something. Chavez needs to crack Canelo early. Stamping authority fight, I agree. Canelo going to play a big part? Yeah, of course. Canelo Conjure got knocked out by Journeyman, who Jarrell Miller KO'd in round. Wow. Google Anthony Joshua, Muhammad Ali. Plenty of papers comparing to Ali. A chopping right hand from Chavez sends Canelo through the ropes. A Kiwi in Tesco's had more character today than Parker in the ring. Ballfest. Oh dear. Triple D. Very good. LOL. Z. Yeah, it's. I don't know. I think everyone sees Golovkin, so that's the fight everyone wants to see. I hope Chavez is going to be weight drained. He'll get KO to the body. Sanigar says Haskins is next Naz. Oh dear. Oh, that reminds me. Versus Lee Haskins for the championship of the world. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just don't see anything in Ryan Burnett. I just don't. I just don't see anything in Ryan Burnett. He's gonna have to show me something. Because don't see anything in Ryan. I don't think Haskins is great, but I don't think Burnett's any better either. I've never seen an exciting fight Ryan Burnett yet. He's so boring, just overrated, so overrated. It's unbelievable. Haskins to awkward, his poor decision in worst fight. There's going to be a bit of a home cooking in that fight. We need Burnett Haskins with Charlie Edwards in 10 rounds as co-main. Ingram will be snoring. Copin 09 ready to get his orbital bone broken again. Burnett isn't great. Spot on. Murray, you take your ace elsewhere. Well, he's gone anyway. I've got rid of him. Haskins will win. Let that. The Metro said fans compared AJ to Ali. They didn't say that themselves. It could have been a couple of 12-year-olds that made a comparison. I'm back, Burnett. Just look at Shell Lee. Just take a look at the picture that had Ali Joshua knocking down Vladimir Klitschko and then Ali dropping Liston, and they both were wearing white shorts. Just look at that. Burnett, Stuart Hall gives Haskins work. Burnett, Haskins, Edwards 10 round, and Gav McDonald comeback fight pay-per-view card. Jeez. I don't know what to say, people. I don't know what to say. It's terrible. It really is terrible. I don't know what more to say, to be honest with you. Are there any things I haven't spoken about? Is there anything that I've missed out on? Killer is going to target that weight drain body tonight. Definitely something between 7 to 8. Rate that Berto fight and put Porter. You're trying to take the piss, aren't you? I'll probably rate that 3.5 out of 10 probably. Here's to Ali. Look at all his social media posts. Matchroom stacked extravaganza. Edith Tatil lost his European title tonight to a guy Masha Dodds beat. Oh dear. No. I heard Gambaro got stopped. Is that true? Did Gambaro get stopped? Stopped. I tell you what is an absolute disgrace. Yeah, that was a great knockout by Charlo, actually. Are you backing Groves to finally win a world title? Oh, Chudinov, thank you so much for that. Groves versus Chudinov. Anytime Groves fights for world title, quit this still. Okay, fourth time asking. Anytime George Groves fights for world title, about the opponent, I ask the opponent this question. Question number 1, I ask, can they take a punch? Question number 2, can they punch back? And question number 3, how good is their work rate? If the guy can take a good punch, if he can punch himself, and he has good work rate, he beats George Groves. So, for me, if this is the same Chudinov that fought, what's his name? That fought, what's the boy? Frank Buglioni. And I say Buglioni punches just as hard as George Groves and has just as dodgy chin as George Groves. I think, I don't know if George Groves can win the fight, actually. I think Chudinov's going to win. I think Chudinov's going to win. If he wants any good, will he beat Walsh? May seem naive, but I don't see Groves being the same after a quick fight. He looks distraught by it. Often fighters lose their killer instincts after incidents like this. It's true. That's a fantastic point there, mate. That's a fantastic point. Dillian White taking a whack is risky for me. Tough fight. You know what that fight reminds me of? That fight is like a sort of, when a promoter wants to. That's what Chudinov's a beast with a great engine. Groves will tire as well. He does in red hot fights. Well, then I'm going with Chudinov then. I'm going Chudinov by stoppage. Stoppage. Because Groves. Hi, Mr. P. O'Neill. Hope you're well. Link. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button on the channel. And by the way, let us know where you're talking to us from. Yep, that whack fight could end in tears. I agree. That's Kovalev, not Groves. What? Put it this way, he ain't KOing Joshua. Ingram, are you still leaning towards Errol Spence? I had this dream the other night. I get these boxing dreams, right? And I saw Kell Brook knocking Errol Spence out. I don't know about this fight now. I really don't know what to say. I think Jnr will knock the final bit of stuffing out of George. He's finished. That's what happened to Eubank after he nearly dated Mark Watson with that uppercut. I was talking to someone else, Ingram. Haha. I was right. Matisse looking good. Shape on the scales. Yeah. Is he still popping those pills, Matisse? Lucas Matisse. Back in Ireland from your trip to England, Ingram. How did it go? It was interesting. Interesting. Met some interesting people. Met Dave Allen. Met Glenn McCrory. Spent the day with Dave Allen. We went and had a meal together. Had a real good day with Dave Allen. Went to his house. Great guy, Dave Allen. Really great guy. Really great guy, Dave Allen. Good. Yeah, I hope he does. I hope he wins the title. Brook has six pounds off his weight target 3 weeks ago. I think Kell will stop Spence. I'll tell you something. Everyone talk about Kell and his weight. They talk about his boxing skills, his weight. So is he spending this training camp trying to get the weight off, or is he using the camp to sharpen his boxes up? I did watch John Davis. It's good. Box Nation version. Dave deserves the world. Yeah, he does. He's a great guy, Dave Allen. But he's got to move his head. This guy, Thomas, from what I understand, what did Dave Allen have to eat? What did he eat with me? He ate something very small. It wasn't big at all. He ate very small. What's plans for Sam Sheedy, Ingram? I understand they're trying to get Brian Rose at the moment. Both, I think, if you look before he was leaner than usual, so it won't be as tough. The Tank Davis is a very scary young man. Yeah, he looks scary and stuff, but if he can't get Walsh out of there, if he can't blow Walsh out of there, it'll be interesting. Oh, everyone, please check out Glenn McCrory. This question and answer session which I recorded with Glenn McCrory, and he's talking about some great memories when him sparring Mike Tyson and meeting Muhammad Ali. Great stories there, Glenn McCrory talking about that stuff. And then I asked him who would win a fight between himself and Johnny Nelson. He broke that down quite well as well. So some great interviews there with Glenn McCrory. Check that out. And what else? Yeah, just check out the stuff on the channel. Right, I'm going to tell Sheedy to watch himself. Rose has won 2 of his last 2 fights, in my opinion. He's been shafted twice. Possibly. Right. I'm going to come to end this because, like I said, I've still got the flu and I'm feeling terrible. Hearn likes to keep fight in-house, so will he allow Rose versus Sheedy? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Now, what we doing? I have to do Chavez Canelo tonight, but I don't think I will be. Yeah, finally, the Billy Joe Saunders fight. I think Billy Joe's a box well for the first 6 rounds, and then courtesy. That's where I think the problem will start, because it really gasses after 6 and Kurtz there. I really don't want. Listen. Billy may find himself in a lot of trouble, because the second half of the fight, I said the first half of the fight will be Billy Jones. The second half of the fight, That guy Kurtz will come on, and it'll just matter if Billy Joe Saunders can hang on for the next 6 rounds. Right, I am out of here. Billy Joe is in awful shape, still having booze up in Marbella. Oh no, it's not good, is it? Really not good. Kurtz is fresh after 6 if he's chasing Billy Saunders. Wailing his arms and taking clean shots takes a lot out of a fighter. Maybe so. Let's hope that's true. Billy. Kurtz is a horrible opponent right now for Billy. I agree with you, Adam Scott, totally. Right, I'm out of here now. I'm going to get some rest. Football manager, mate, I'm going to bed. I need to rest. I'm going to rest. Tomorrow I'll probably play a half a day of football manager. But today I'm going to rest. I'm out of here, people. Thank you for watching. Appreciate the love. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as always. And yeah, tell me about it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm out.